Hello and welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Ben.
And I'm Freddie, and this is the Brighton review. And so we played Brighton last night, and now this is our not so immediate reaction like it usually is. But yeah, going straight into the game, it wasn't our best of first halves, but we did put the ball in the net with a whistle offside goal.
Yes, and I think it's a great bit of play. Really good through ball. Was it from Damsgaard?
Roslev
this time.
Yeah.
How have I forgotten that already?
Yeah.
Sorry. But it was good work from Wissa. Shame about it being like 5 centimetres off.
Yeah, it wasn't far. But
yeah, it was a good finish as always. And
it was very, very Wissa-esque, sort of not too much time to think about it, near sort of like on that right side cutting in. It was very Wissa-esque, and I remember thinking after, wait, was that a Roslev assist? And then like 5 minutes later, it was just every pass was backwards, and I was like, he maxed out on his forward playing football, and he had to just pass backwards for the rest of the game.
He did put some crosses in.
Yeah.
Back to the Wissa goal, and he did seem to know he was offside, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't think he was offside, to be honest, when it went in.
No.
But then the VAR came up, and I was like, that's probably offside.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the rest of that first half was all Brighton, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we didn't really have much. The stat they showed at the time in the game was really unforgiving, because it said shots on target. They had like 8 already, and it said we had 0. But that was really unfair, because we had a shot on target. It was just disallowed.
We had one in the net.
Yeah.
But yeah, really Brighton dominated that first half. Flecken made so many saves, and then he got injured.
Yeah, it's...
And, with the Flecken and the Bentley injury this game, we now have a full 11 of injuries. I think 7... No, so we've got 1 keeper injured, 6 defenders injured, and then 2 midfielders, 2 forwards injured or something. And honestly, the rest of the season, or the next 3 months, is going to be a struggle for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, but the injuries are worse than last season somehow. I don't know how that's happened.
Yeah, they are. I would say the quantities is worse. I feel like last season we did miss more key players, but then again, you said a whole 11's out.
Yeah.
But I feel like it feels not as bad this time, is because we've already got used to not having Hickey and Henry.
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough time to get used to Igor Thiago being available.
He's injured, so...
Yeah. No, but I'm saying he was injured for so long, and then he's back, and then we haven't had... He was only available for a couple of games.
Yeah, and it's... I think... So next game is Arsenal. If we played a back... We only have 2 fit centre-backs. Collins, our best centre-back, and then Kim Ji-soo, who's a youth kid. Like, he shouldn't be anywhere near a Premier League starting 11, with all due respect. He's just not ready yet.
Yeah, before yesterday, his only minutes for us was at 13 minutes in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
That shows.
And then at left back, we're playing a left winger, and then right back's Roslev, our backup right back. Or our backup right back. And so, honestly, it's going to be struggle town for so long. And the home fixtures are only getting more difficult. We play like the Arsenals and Liverpools at home. And then the away fixtures, we're not great away, but hopefully we can improve that. But into the second half of the game, we were a lot better, weren't we?
There was such a big improvement. We had so many more chances. We were attacking really well. It's just nothing came from it, really.
Yeah. Well, what did come of it was the Bentley injury.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But for me, the main talking point of the second half is the red card that Joao Pedro should have had.
And yeah, that is... honestly, I don't know how he's gotten away with that.
It's insane.
I don't know who's more lucky, him or Yarmouk.
Well, then he didn't get in contact.
Yeah, because he would have been sent off, 100%.
Yeah. And
Yarmouk would have suffered a really bad head injury.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how it wasn't seen as a red card. VAR right now, for me, it's a circus, and it's being run by clowns. Each and every single one of those referees on the pitch or in VAR, they're all clowns. They don't know what they're doing. And the thing is, they know nothing about football. But this had nothing to do with football. This is one person trying to assault another person. They just missed.
Yeah.
You'd think it's not even football. That's just common sense. So I have no clue how they did not get a red card out of that on VAR.
Yeah.
Brighton are lucky. João Pedro's lucky. They should go back and give him a red card. I don't know if they're allowed to do that. But if someone's tried to assault another person,
Yeah.
they've tried to assault. That's a criminal offence.
Yeah, and
it doesn't matter if it's on a football pitch.
I understand Mark Clattenburg's comments after the game saying that he doesn't make contact.
Yes.
But
the rules say
and the rules say attempt. Yeah.
Yeah, the rules say any attempt of violent conduct is a red card. So if he instead went to right hook him and just missed by an inch, is it not a red card as well?
Yeah, and people saying it looks like a gesture. Even if it is a gesture, it's so close to his head.
It's not a gesture. What?
I know. People are saying that.
You can see it in his face. He wanted to harm the person. He didn't know who was holding back. He wanted to harm them. He tried to. He just missed. I don't know how he's not got a red card. The Premier League should go back and give him a red card. And he should be banned for at least 5 games or 10 games. You've tried to assault another human being. That's a criminal offence, let alone a red card. So, yeah, I mean, we've had difficult away games this season, playing 5 of the big 6, and Villa. The Fulham game we won't talk about, but then in the Everton game, we got cheated into a red card, which was later rescinded. This game, we've been cheated out of a red card, which Brighton should have had. Yeah. And so, honestly, on top of our full 11 of injuries we've got, we're getting cheated in and out of red cards in away games, and I don't know if it's VAR or referees giving in to home crowds, but it needs to change. And that's what I have to say, really.
What's unfair as well, the ref had a perfect view of it.
Yeah.
And still did nothing. And then because he hasn't called it as violent conduct, VAR hasn't checked it in the same way they would.
Yeah.
And it's just... there needs to be a change.
The game's gone. It's so far gone at this point. And so... Yeah, I remember just a few games ago, we thought our injury situation wasn't that bad. We had quite a lot of players available. Suddenly, we've got 2 centre-backs and 1 full-back.
Yeah.
That's how bad our injuries are. Being cheated in and out of red cards. And so, yeah, I was thinking not long ago, we're in this mid-table pack of about 6 teams. I was thinking we could be one of the top ones and go for Europe. Now I'm thinking we're going to be one of the worst ones, along with Man United right now. And we're going to be aiming for above 16th place. But that's the situation we've been put in. It's not our fault. Maybe we should have just have more players, and so we can prepare to have 11 injured players.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, is it down to our training warm-up? Is it down to challenges and tackles, or is it down to the amount of games we're playing? Because in this past month, there's been 2 weeks where we played 3 games within 7 days.
Yeah.
And it's too much.
Yeah.
Got injured in the cup game against Newcastle, which could have been avoided.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like to complain about fixture congestion because I know some big teams like Man City, for example, will get it worse. But honestly, it's we don't know what to blame. And people are going to say have a bigger squad size. We have a reasonably big squad. It's just we happen to have 11 injured players. And so now our squad size is about... We have probably 11 starters, but not exactly in the right positions, and then it's all going to be kids.
Yeah. Although on... you see on the back programme it has squads, we seem to consistently have a bigger squad than every other team. But then, taking 11 players out of that, 11 starting players, it just leaves the B team players, the reserves.
Yeah, just the kids, really.
Yeah.
So
basically,
yeah. So honestly, I don't know what to say. Kind of hating football right now, or hating the situation we've been put in. We're gonna have a lot of losses probably over the next few months. It's not going to be fun to be a Brentford fan, but that's all I think there is to say for the Brighton review.
It wasn't a good game by any means, but to be honest, I'm just glad to get a waypoint.
Yeah.
But the cost of
injuries, 2 injuries though.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah,
I think that's all there is to say.
Yeah.